down here in the pit area, the famed Music City Motorplex, one of our great late model drivers, Andy Johnson, running the ASA race this weekend in the number 20 car. And last time he was out in the late model, man, you just put a whipping on everybody down there. Had a very fast race car, and looks like your ASA car, Andy's pretty quick too.
Yeah, it's real quick. The only thing that really dies is his car. It's the first time I drove one of his cars. It didn't take long to get accustomed to it. I think we're going to be pretty good.
You think you got a pole position in your hands this weekend, Andy?
Well, they're going to invert 6 to 10, so who wants to sit on the pole?
Yeah, I understand that, man. But your chances look to be good. Of course, you've got a lot of track time here, a lot of wins, and your chances should be pretty good.
I think the chances in the race are going to be real good.
Well, man, we're proud of you. Excited for you, AJ. Good luck to you this weekend. Andy Johnson, the number 20 Chevrolet for this weekend. ASA late model. The hot shoes in racing today. One of our local guys, Keaton Hanks out of Kentucky, driving the U.S. Banks Total Performance number 90 Chevrolet Monte Carlo. And Keaton, man, I know you got to be fired up. Great qualifying effort yesterday and a good shot at the race. So, again, tell us a little bit about your strategy, what you're going to try to do today.
Well, you know, the first 100, we got to get up on the wheel for sure, but we've also got to keep patience in the back of our heads all day. But I'm going to get up on the wheel and do my job, and I think it'll pay off in the end. I know we've got a good car, so I just can't wait to drive this hot rod.
All right, guys, down here again, Keaton Hanks, a young man you better keep your eyes on today, the driver of the U.S. Bank Total Performance number 90 Chevrolet Monte Carlo. And again, man, congratulations to you and all your great crew for all the hard work, and, of course, your family that's backs him 100%. Keaton Hanks, ladies and gentlemen. The beautiful number 55, man, exciting race for you. Of course, you got your brother in it today and your crew and family here with you. Congratulations. And tell me a little bit about your thoughts about this race and the first time you've been here.
Yeah, first time I've been here, and to tell you the truth, we're real excited just to be in the race. We struggled a little bit in practice yesterday and on Friday, but somehow we managed to get in, and both of us, so we're real proud of our team, and I'm looking forward to the race.
Well, of course, I've been here for a lot of years and interviewed a lot of the great drivers from Darrell Waltrip, Bobby Hamilton, people like that, and I've never interviewed a driver that said he didn't like this racetrack. So how much do you like music?
So far I like it. It's a different track, though. You know, you're driving downhill to get into the corners and driving uphill to get out of them. Long straightaways and tight turns, but you can go in if you want to. So I enjoy it as of right now.
Well, Nick, a little bit before we move on, we're going to go down and interview your brother. Tell us a little bit about your car and your sponsors and who's helping you out when your racing career this year.
Well, this is a left-hander chassis here, Monte Carlo, with the Chevy motor in it. Sponsors are Hutton Auto Care, Tunks Motorsports, Benny Neville Trucking Service. We get a lot of Hoosier Tires, Torco Fuel. I'd like to thank ASA for all their support and help, and just all the crew and the family that's been behind this whole season.
Now, tell all the fans, how old are you?
I'm 18.
18 years old, man. I tell you what, and going to be driving a hot rod today, man. Congratulations to you. We're looking forward to seeing you go to his brother a while ago. And Derek Neville down here in the congratulations on making the ASA 200-lapper and for being here at this historic Music City Motorplex. What is your thoughts about the race? And tell us a little bit about what you like about this racetrack, Derek.
Oh, this is a real nice racetrack. It's real fast, high banked. I prefer racing on these type of tracks like this one and I-70. As far as the race goes, we're just going to try to stay out of trouble for the first 100, 150 laps and try to be there at the end of the race when it counts. You know, you can't win the race with your car being all tore up. So that's what we're shooting for right now. As far as qualifying went, we made her in on qualifying time, which is an excellent feat to accomplish. Our first time here at the track with 65 other cars being here. So we're real proud to have both our cars in the race today. So
I'll tell you what, of course, fans, drivers, and crews voted the All-American 400 as the #1 race in the country, Snowball Derby #2. And when you stop and think about all the guys that's raced at this race, of course, I seen Butch Miller down here yesterday, and you had Darrell Waltrip, Mark Martin, Rusty Wallace, and all those guys. And you coming down here, your first attempt, you're qualifying for the All-American 400, man. That's got to be really exciting for you and your family.
Yeah, it's a real honor to be able to run in the footsteps of these professional drivers like you just talked about. And for us, especially on our first time, down here, we had two days of practice, and be able to get the car dialed in and be in the top 20 out of the 65 cars. It's an awesome feeling to be sitting here on the front stretch getting ready to start this race. So,
ladies and gentlemen, Derek Neville, the beautiful number 95 Chevrolet Monte Carlo, Allison Quick, the beautiful number 55 Goodyear ASA car. Of course, you made the race for the All-American 400, and we were talking a little bit while ago, the historic significance of this race. The great drivers from Mark Martin, Rusty Wallace, Alan Kowicki, Darrell Wallstrom, some of those guys, and now you're in this race today. Tell us a little bit about what your thoughts, and have you ever made the race here at the Music City Motorplex before?
Well, this is my first year in an asphalt late model, and really I'm just hopefully going to go out here and keep all the fenders on the car and finish the race, and hopefully we'll finish up front if I can just keep everything together in one.
Well, tell us a little bit, Allison, where you're from, and if you could, give me a little bit of background on your racing.
I'm from Reading, Iowa, which is southwestern Iowa, and I started racing go-karts when I was 8 years old, and the past 4 years I've been racing IMCA dirt modifieds and also in the NASCAR Dodge Weekly Series.
Well, all right, we're going to be pulling for you, of course, Allison Quick, the beautiful number 54,
Let's meet the ASA Late Model Series portion of the All-American 400 weekend. And starting shotgun in the field, the Texar Performance Fuels, Wall-Time Racing Chevrolet Monte Carlo from New Germany, Minnesota, the 98, Jacob Gady. Next to him, the Don Delder Chevrolet, Gene Ross Eyewear Chevrolet Monte Carlo from Ironton, Minnesota, the 85, Trent Snyder. Outside the next row, the McDonald's Restaurants, Greystone Concrete Chevrolet Monte Carlo from Indianapolis, Indiana, the 11, Peter Cozzolino. Inside of him, the TMC Transportation Benson International Ford Fusion from Des Moines, Iowa, the 12, Michael Annette. Outside the next row, the winner of the even GM Performance Parts Shootout, the Swiss Colony Pathfinder Chassis Ford Fusion from Partyville, Wisconsin, the 87, Nathan Hasley. Inside of him, the winner of the odd GM Performance Parts Shootout, the Car Corner Motorsports, RaceCarHelp.com, Chevrolet Monte Carlo from Los Park, Illinois, the 32, Ryan Carlson. Outside the next row, the Coleman Racing Products, Pro Light by Coleman, Chevrolet Monte Carlo from Nacita, Wisconsin, the 119, Travis Sauter. Inside of him, the Beeman Automotive, Circle Racing Wheels, Chevrolet Monte Carlo from Mount Juliet, Tennessee, the 20, Andy Johnson. Outside the next row, the Food Country USA, Greg's Performance Chevrolet Monte Carlo from Bartow, Florida, the 62, Travis Wilson. Inside him, the 2006 ASA Late Model Series Southern Division Champion and Rookie of the Year, the Mercedes Holmes Turner Motorsports Ford Fusion from Plano, Texas, the 2, James Busher. Outside the next row, the Midwest 2 Mills Cozy Kennel Systems Chevrolet Monte Carlo from Columbus, Indiana, the 12, Jason Setzer. Inside of that row, your 2006 ASA Late Model Series Northern Division Champion, the Hormel Food Spam Chevrolet Monte Carlo from St. Louis, Missouri, the 81, Jesse Smith. Outside the next row, the TigerLight.net, Alan Hawk Motorsports, Chevrolet Monte Carlo from Tip City, Ohio, the 35, Chris Stump. Inside of him, the Texar Performance Fuels, Wall-Time Racing, Chevrolet Monte Carlo from East Parsonsville, Maine, the 89, Trevor Sanborn. Outside the next row, the 2006 Rookie of the Year in the ASA Late Model Series Northern Division, the Benny Neville Roll-Off and Trucking Services, Hutton Auto Care, Chevrolet Monte Carlo from Mackinac, Illinois, the 95, Derek Neville. Inside of him, the only female competitor in the ASA Late Model Series with us this weekend, the IE-inspired exhibits, Goodyear Tire and Rubber Ford Fusion from Reading, Iowa, the 54, Allison Quick. Outside the next row, former track champion here at the Motorplex, the Miller's AAA Transmission Service, Clayton Holmes of Nashville, Chevrolet Monte Carlo from Bowling Green, Kentucky, to 38, Bo Miller. Inside of him, the Chris Lawson Racing Ford Fusion. He calls Troutman, North Carolina home. The number 36, Chris Lawson. Outside the next row, the Boeing Machine, Port City Race Cars, Chevrolet Monte Carlo. From Grand Rapids, Michigan, the 29, Brian Campbell. Inside of him, the Steel Dynamics United Way Ford Fusion. From Frankfort, Illinois, the 33, Wes Griffith Jr. Outside the next row, the Hall Electric Rising Star Driver Development Chevrolet Monte Carlo. From Leesburg, Georgia, the 6, Devin Hall. Inside of him, the TDS Telecommunications Emerson Drive Ford Fusion. From Madison, Wisconsin, the number 2, Chad Wood. Outside the next row, the CNC Tool and Machine Schoenfield Header Chevrolet Monte Carlo. From Chiefland, Florida, the 5, Wes Burton. Inside of him, the Puma Sportswear ARP Bodies Ford Fusion. One of the drivers doing double duty this weekend. From Fairfax, Iowa, the number 7, Landon Castle. Outside the 5th row, the Southern Homes H&H Electric Ford Fusion. From Canton, Georgia, the 22, Matt Hawkins. Inside the 5th row, the Hamke Race Cars, Lawler Motorsports Ford Fusion. From Colleyville, Texas, the 91, Ryan Lawler. Outside the 4th row, the Benny Neville Roll-Off Services, Tunks Motorsports, Chevrolet Monte Carlo. From Mackinac, Illinois, the 55, Nick Neville. Inside of the 4th row, your ARP Bodies Fast Qualifier, new ASA Late Model Series track record holder, the Lisa Thomas Salon TK Racing Ford Fusion. From Wheaton, Illinois, the number 8 is Eddie Hoffman. Outside the 3rd row, the Zaxby's Real Chicken PFG Milton's Ford Taurus. From Watkinsville, Georgia, the 09, John West Townley. Inside the 3rd row, the Golden Gate Meat Company Chevrolet Monte Carlo. The Lake Marketing of Tennessee Chevrolet Monte Carlo. From Murfreesboro, Tennessee, the number 1, Jason Burchard. Outside the 2nd row, 2006 Rookie of the Year here at the Music City Motorplex. The U.S. Bank Total Performance Chevrolet Monte Carlo. From Auburn, Kentucky, the 90 Keaton Hanks. Inside the 2nd row, this is the Golden Gate Meat Company 5K Motorsports Chevrolet Monte Carlo. From Lakeport, California, the 5, Derek Thorne. Outside the front row, the Kentucky Clutch Hanley Racing Enterprises Ford Fusion. From Shepherdsville, Kentucky, one of the double duty drivers, the 121, Bobby Parsley. And starting on the pole, the utterly smooth UB Machine Ford Fusion. From Medina, Ohio, the 28, Jack Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for your 34-car starting field for the ASA Late Model Series portion of the All-American 400 Weekend. Get up! This is the 24th annual All-American 400 Weekend here at the Music City Motorplex. Wave your hats, wave your programs, wave grandma, wave the kids. The ASA Late Model Series.
Now that is a wave lap.
Hit the hands, Bobby Parsley to lead this field around. Chief starter Tim Goodley gives him the 1 lap to go signal. We're going green next time by 200 laps. ASA Late Model Series portion of the 24th annual All-American 400 Weekend here in Music City. Gets it out of pit road this time by. Here comes Jack Smith. Here comes Bobby down a turn. Green flag is out. We are racing.
off of turn 2. Bobby Parsley from the start takes the jump to the outside. Jack Smith back to second. Oh, Derek Thorne sideways but holds on to it. Keaton Hanks back in fourth and Bertrand in fifth as they keep lap 1.
Trouble in turn number 4. Andy Johnson turned around. The Circle Racing Wheel Chevrolet Monte Carlo turned around and turned.
It is a Louisville area driver out in front. Bobby Parsley.
The suburb of Shepherdsville, Kentucky, out in front. That Kentucky Clutch Ford Fusion. Pace car pulls on the pit road. Bobby Parsley leads him on a 4. Chief Star Timberlake, the green flag racing.
And Jack Smith immediately looking for a way underneath. Had the bumper on him as they came down towards the start-finish line. Could get it done.
Bobby Parsley out in front of the 121. Jack Smith riding second. Derek Thorne third. Keaton Hanks running fourth. Jason Bouchard, good run for him so far, running fifth. Battle for sixth now, the 16-year-old John West Townley. He's got a mirror full of the 46-year-old Eddie Hoffman in the number 8 car.
And that's a car you're going to even toward the front. The Lisa Thomas Salon's car hanging on right now behind Townley. Nick Neville right behind them in that bright green car. Usually not considered good luck color on a race car, but boy, that is sharp.
Bobby Parsley riding second to 28. Lakeport, California, 35. Keaton Hanks, 2006 Rookie of the Year here at the Motorplex, running in fourth. Parsley, all kinds of sideways, coming out of 4.
Looking at the back of the pack, Jacob Gady making some big moves on the outside in the 98. He's gotten around Peter Cozzolino now as they head to the south end of the track and swing up north again.
Battle for second now. Derek Thorne around the outside of Jack Smith. The Lakeport, California driver moving around the Medina, Ohio veteran. Gives second spot to Derek Thorne, that Golden Gate Meat Company Chevrolet Monte Carlo from the Gold.
And it looks like they've discovered that upper groove. Oh, and here comes Hoffman. Hoffman with the big move to the inside of the 09. Going to take over the 6th spot.
Your ARP Bodies, Aluminum Racing Products Fast Qualifier. Eddie Hoffman moves underneath the 16-year-old from Watkinsville, John West Townley. Up front, Bobby Parsley continues the lead in the 121 car.
Brian Campbell making a move towards the front, too. Got to look underneath Devin Hall as they cross the start-finish line. He's got Bo Miller not that far behind him.
Jason Bouchard running good in the 5th spot, but now he's got a mirror full of Eddie Hoffman in the number 8 car. As Hoffman reels in that Landmark Homes of Nashville Chevrolet Monte Carlo from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Eddie Hoffman to the inside of Bouchard. Give 5th spot to that Lisa Thomas Salon Ford Fusion out of Wheaton, Illinois. Fast Eddie Hoffman.
And it looks like you got 2 packs of cars setting up. The front pack led by Bobby Parsley. The second pack led by the number 95 of Derek Neville.
Neville, the 2006 Appleton Rack and Pinions Rookie of the Year. The Norwegian Allison Quick looking to the inside of Chris Lawson. That's back through the field.
And making it work so far, Allison Quick.
Battle towards the front, John West Townley looking to the inside of Jason Bouchard. That is for the 6th spot. Nick Neville right there as well in the 55 car.
That's a nice little wad of cars. Let's hope they stay separated. There they go. Townley moving out in front, takes Neville with him. Here comes the number 91 of Ryan Lawler trying to follow them through.
A trio of teenagers moved by the number 1 of Jason Bouchard. 16-year-old John West Townley, 18-year-old Nick Neville, and 19-year-old Ryan Lawler go by the 32-year-old Jason Bouchard.
Oh, and a big wreck in 3 and 4. Rookie of the Year and champion, I believe, in the Southern Division. James Busher is involved.
62 Chevrolet Monte Carlo, heavily damaged in that accident with a 2-car. The right front spindle and wheel completely almost broke off the race car. The radiator busted, and this car looks like completely it's done for the afternoon. Travis Wilson in the 62. Or a lot of guys making some adjustments to the race car on this caution flag. The 35 in the pits, they are working inside the race car. Of course, the 2-car that rear-ended the 62, very heavily damaged front end. They're going to bring that car in the pit area, but guys, it looks like he's done for the Saturday also. A lot of guys are going to be ducking in here, trying to make some quick adjustments to these race cars on this caution lap. Jim, guys, back up to you.
California's Derek Thorne running second to 5. Then you got the utterly smooth UB Machine Ford Fusion Medina, Ohio veteran Jack Smith, and number 28 car running third. Kentucky Clutch Group 5 Graphics Hanley Racing Enterprises Ford Fusion. Pace car pulls on the pit road. Bobby Parsley leads him through turns 3 and 4. She starts him good. Green flag in hand. We are racing.
Here comes Derek Thorne. What a great jump on the start. Wow. But was it good enough? No. Parsley's going to hold him off.
The California kid, Derek Thorne, working on that 121 about Parsley. They touch going into turn number 3.
Behind them, the number 28 of Jack Smith and Keaton Hanks do the same thing. Here comes Thorne.
Side by side for the lead. Shepherdsville, Kentucky's Bobby Lakeport, California. Derek Thorne balanced side by side. Give the lead to the California kid, Thorne. The Golden Gate Meat Company Chevrolet Monte Carlo.
You get the feeling that one's not over yet. Parsley right on his back bumper. Maybe a little bit of retaliatory action coming. Bumper tag early in the event. 36 laps in.
Jack Smith regroups from his altercation with Keaton Hanks, and now he's right on the back bumper of Bobby Parsley for that second spot. Eddie Hoffman now showing his nose in there as well. He's on the back bumper of Keaton Hanks, the fourth. Them for the 7th spot, 91, Ryan Waller, the 1, Jason Burchard. And behind them, we got Nick Neville, Matt Hawkins, and Wes Burton.
Action all over the racetrack. Allison Quick taking a look underneath the other Neville brother, Derek, has got the nose inside as they go into turn 1.
Eddie Hoffman taking up again inside. We have turn 1. Hawkins turned around. Everyone piling up behind him. Everyone trying to get through. Caution flag out.
Multiple cars involved. Allison Quick is involved. The 85 is involved as well. Peter Cozzolino
putting in the Lakeport, California driver, Derek Thorne. So far, so good. Oh, tough break for Trent Snyder, that Don Dellinger Chevrolet machine out of Ironton, Minnesota.
You never know until they come by. Just exactly.
He qualified third quick, finished 4th in the future in his first ever appearance. This is only his second time ever in an ASA Late Model Series car. He was the 2005 Rookie of the Year over in California in the North State Series. This year he finished second by just 5 points and won the Hard Charger Award of the season for the series over in California.
That's quite a resume already. Allison Quick in the pits getting some work done. Jacob Gady back onto the racetrack. The 32, Ryan Carlson, back onto the racetrack. A lot of damage to the rear end of the car. He was shaking the tail of it as he came down the front straightaway a few minutes ago, and it was doing a cha-cha that he's probably not going to like as the race goes along. A lot of bodywork damage to the rear of that car.
Pit area. The Goodyear Racing crew down there for Allison Quick involved in that accident there. Had a really good run going on. Right front tire went flat. A little bit of body damage, a little bit of duct tape. Got her fixed, guys. You back out. Back up to you.
Derek Thorne on the 4. Green flag is out. We are racing.
And boy, what a jump Jack Smith got.
Smith catching Bobby Parsley napping on that restart. As Allison Quick trying to get up the front. She is a lap car there. Lap cars are allowed to go to the inside of the leaders and attempt to get their lap back. Jack Smith getting by Parsley for that second spot. Now Keaton Hanks looking to the inside as well.
And Parsley trying to fight back on the outside, and he's got a groove that's working for him up there. Still hanging in there right on the outside of Smith as they go through 4.
Jesse Smith pulls back in the pit area. The number 81 machine, the Hormel Food Spam Chevrolet Monte Carlo. And it looks like he's going to pull it into the infield. Tough break for the Northern Division champion from St. Louis, Missouri.
Watching Devin Hall and Derek Neville going back and forth at it back further in the pack, along with Chris Lawson in the 36. And that 89, I'm trying to get used to not calling that Kelly Byers now.
Oh, so am I. Trevor Sanborn out of East Parsons Field, Maine, Behind the wheel, the Challenge Division Championship car for the 2006 season, making his first start. A graduate of the past North Series up in New England.
So literally this afternoon, we have coast-to-coast representation with Maine to California.
That is correct, and all the way from Florida to Minnesota, from north to south. Parsley gets back by the 28 of Jack Smith to reclaim the second spot. Now Parsley will try to reel in your race leader, Derek Thorne, the number 5 car. Parsley second, Jack Smith third, Keaton Hanks fourth, Eddie Hoffman fifth, John West Townley's in sixth. Nathan Hathaway, oh, we got trouble in turn number 4. Wes Griffith up in the wall. Jacob Gady nowhere to go. The 98 slams into him. Caution flag one more time.
Oh, no. Oh. And how Haslai managed to get past that on the outside. Wow. Talk about
Monte Carlo
and Haslai and the Swiss Colony machine taking advantage of the early caution flags to maybe pull a little bit of body work away. Haslai may have in fact got a piece of that last wreck. If he did, it was just a little bit, and he pulls away as Miller pulls out as well.
Still on the lead lap. Might as well go in, get it worked on, come back and make his way through the field.
Plenty of time, and I believe we've got a scheduled break at 100 laps, so why not?
That is correct. At lap 100, they'll get the halfway signal, making it 100 laps in, 100 laps to go. The next time they'll come by after that, they'll get the yellow. Derek Thorne, one of the well-timed rejects out in front. I mean that in a very humorous way.
In the nicest possible way.
Yes, Derek Thorne out in front in the number 5 car. Thorne leads him out of turn number 4. She started Tim Giller with a green flag in hand, and we are racing.
And once again, Bobby Parsley kind of caught asleep at the switch. Jack Smith to the outside this time.
And here comes Keaton Hanks to the inside of Jack Smith as Parsley got it together coming out of turn number 2. Hanks looking to the inside of Jack Smith for that third spot. And Eddie Hoffman lurking back there as well, the number 8.
We've said it for a long time. Keaton Hanks is the real deal. Young man from Auburn, Kentucky, former National Pro Division Legends champion. He really is he's a name to look for in the future, and running fourth here today. Lots of action further on back. Big wad of cars towards the tail of the pack. Led by the number 36
of Chris Lawson. Lawson, the unsponsored Lawson Racing Chevrolet Monte Carlo out of Charleston, North Carolina. Now Jason Setzer to the inside of him back in the field. Here comes Bo Miller as well on the 38.
Miller to the inside of Peter Cozzolino trying to work his way up. Here comes Haslai. He's not going to go 3 abreast, is he? No. Wow.
Battle up front. Eddie Hoffman to the inside of Keaton Hanks. That's for the 4th spot.
And the number 5 in the wall on the back straightaway, Wes Burton. And he's got some body work dangling. More than just dangling, it's shredded.
That CNC Tooler Machine Chevrolet Monte Carlo, Chiefland, Florida. Wes Burton, some cosmetic damage on the passenger side. They're 3 wide coming out of turn number 2 towards the back of the field. But up front, Eddie Hoffman, your ARP Bodies Fast qualifier, up to 4th now. He got by Hanks. He's looking at Jack Smith for 3rd.
He waits until you're not looking, and then he goes by. Hoffman up to 4th and closing in on Jack Smith.
Derek Thorne continues to lead, the number 5. Bobby Parsley 2nd. Jack Smith 3rd. Eddie Hoffman 4th. Keaton Hanks shuffled back to 5th in the 90 car. And quietly moved up in the top 10. The 17-year-old from Fairfax, Iowa, Landon Castle. Now up to 10th. The Puma Sportswear Ford Fusion.
And looking like he's getting ready to move up yet another spot as he closes in on Nick Neville. In that bright green car as they go through the south end of the track, looking to the inside.
Nick Neville, that Benny Neville roll-off services, Tunks Motorsports Chevrolet Monte Carlo, lost the Northern Division Rookie of the Year title by 14 points to his older brother, Derek Neville, who's a little back further in the field. But Nick Neville's got a mirror full of Landon Castle as they battle for the 9th spot.
Chad Wood with a look to the inside of the number 5 of Wes Burton as they go through 1 and 2. Burton with that bodywork flapping off there. Very cool inside of that car right now, I'd imagine.
Second, third, and fourth now, nose to tail. Bobby Parsley, Jack Smith, and Eddie Hoffman, 3 veterans going at it for second, third, and fourth. Ironically, the youngest driver of those 3, Bobby Parsley, you wouldn't think it, 23 years old, that 121 car.
Drifted very high, opened the door. Here comes Hoffman with a look to the inside of Smith. Can't quite get it done. They thought about going 3 abreast down the front straightaway. Fortunately, thought better of it.
Parsley's got a mirror full of both Jack Smith and the 28. Here comes Eddie Hoffman, the number 8 car, back to the inside of Smith. In the meantime, Derek Thorne continues to lead in the number 5 car.
Yeah, he's enjoying what he's seeing in his rearview mirror, which is basically space right now. Moved out to about 10 car lengths over Parsley.
Ryan Lawler and Jason Bouchard getting together.
Bouchard in the wall.
In the wall on the backstretch, caution flag out. That was all Ryan Lawler. 400 weekend.
Derek Thorne leading the field down. Allison Quick right next to him, looking to get a lap back perhaps.
Out of 4, green flag is out. We are racing.
Ryan Lawler with the look this time, trying to get underneath the 09 car. John West Townley couldn't get it done because of the lap car down on the inside. Here comes Eddie Hoffman with a good look at Jack Smith.
Derek Thorne pulled away just a bit. The number 5 machine, Bobby Parsley, second. As you mentioned, good battle for third. The 28 of Jack Smith, the 8 of Eddie Hoffman. Keaton Hanks running right there as well, running 5th. The 2006 Rookie of the Year here in late models competition at the Motorplex. Back in the field, John West Townley, 6th in the 09. Ryan Lawler, 7th in the 91. Nick Neville, 8th. Landon Castle up to 9th. And Brian Campbell now in the top 10. That Boy Machine Chevrolet Monte Carlo.
Making a nice move up through the field. Chad Wood not that far behind.
Wood in 11th. Then you got Devin Hall running 12th, number 6. Another Georgia Asphalt Series driver, also part-time Southern Division competitor.
And lurking in the pack right behind him, another lurker, Nathan Hasley, slowly making his way up.
Trevor Sanborn trying to follow Hasley through the number 89 car. Sanborn making his ASA Late Model Series debut for Wall-Time Racing.
And here comes Hoffman. He's got a good look to the inside of Smith now as they head into turn 1. Got the bumper alongside, got the quarter panel. Smith's going to pull him down the back straightaway. But once again, there's the nose in 3.
Smith trying to make that outside groove work in that utterly smooth UV Machine Ford Fusion. Eddie Hoffman working that inside groove, the number 8 car. A couple Fords doing battle for that 3rd spot.
Good racing, clean racing all the way around the racetrack. Drivers with a lot of respect for one another. Here he comes again.
Derek Thorne continues to lead the number 5. Bobby Parsley second. Great battle continues for third. The 28 of Jack Smith. The 8 of Eddie Hoffman. Keaton Hanks with the best seat in the house watching that battle in front of him.
Further back, good battle. Derek Neville, Jason Setzer, Nathan Hasley. Still going at it. Hasley trying to decide which groove to take. Oh! Sideways was Neville. Setzer got into him, got him sideways, and is going to get by underneath, going to take Hasley with him.
Back up front, Eddie Hoffman now trying to make the pass on the 28 of Jack Smith. They continue to battle side by side. Your ARP Bodies fast qualifier, Eddie Hoffman, working the inside groove of Jack Smith in the 28 car, but Smith once again getting great momentum off of turn number 2.
And going to take advantage of the lap car of Chris Lawson as they come through 4 to put Hoffman right back behind him. And that allows the number 90 of Keaton Hanks to close right back in again. But look at Bobby Parsley trying to close back in on Derek Thorne up in front.
Derek Thorne took the lead on lap 36. He's led ever since. But now Bobby Parsley slowly but surely reeling in the Lakeport, California driver.
Bo Miller finally beginning to make a move up. He's gotten past the number 5 car, the Wes Burton machine. Slow moves by Bo Miller. Hoffman, here he comes again. Once again sticks the nose underneath the 28 of Smith. And he gets a good run through too.
Travis Sauter coming back on the track. The Coleman Racing product Chevrolet Monte Carlo. He is several laps down. Sauter just going to get some experience here at the Music City Motorplex.
Use it as an extended test session at this point.
Of course, a lot of these drivers are looking ahead to the 2007 season. The Challenge Division schedule will make its second stop of 07 right here at the Motorplex. A little more later on about that later this evening.
Well, you just can't take your eyes off that battle for 3rd and 4th with Jack Smith and Eddie Hoffman. Hoffman once again with a look to the inside. Got the nose underneath him in 4. Great run. Still side by side as they go through 2. A little bit of a pull by Smith down the back straightaway. He is once again solidly in 3rd. Leaders coming up the lap traffic. Wes Burton up in front. Derek Thorne coming up the lap, the number 5.
All the while, Derek Thorne continues to lead in the number 5 as he goes by the white number 5 of Wes Burton. Bobby Parsley running second to 121, trying to get by Burton, the lap car. Jack Smith and Eddie Hoffman continue to battle for the 3rd spot. Keaton Hanks sitting back there in 5th.
Still anybody's race. Derek Thorne has managed to clear traffic quite well. Parsley has as well. Here comes Jack Smith, Eddie Hoffman. They're all moving around the 5 of Burton.
And we are halfway home. 100 laps in, 100 laps to go. The next time Derek Thorne goes by, he will see the caution flag from Chief Starter Tim Goodlett.
And that is going to prove a salvation for Bo Miller in the 38, because he would have been the next car to go 1 lap down. And that's the last thing the driver from Bowling Green would have wanted to see, that's for sure.
We are at lap 100. We are halfway home. 100 laps in, 100 laps to go. Now the teams will be pulled on. Waller running in the 8th spot from Mackinac, Illinois, the 55 of Nick Neville. 9th from Fairfax, Iowa, the 7 of Landon Castle. And rounding out the top 10 from Grand Rapids, Michigan, the 29 of Brian Campbell. 9 of the top 10 drivers from different states.
So at the halfway point, Matt, 100 laps in, 100 laps to go. What's the good surprise? What's the not so good surprise?
The good surprise has definitely got to be the driving display by Derek Thorne, that number 5 machine, only his second ever ASA late model series in California, somewhat similar to the CRA Super Series.
I just saw something I haven't seen on pit road in a while. The number 36 backed over the top of Bo Miller's 38 car.
It's been some weekend or what?
Wow. We've seen a little bit of everything this weekend, fans.
Now all the teams are pulled in. They will have 10 minutes to make those adjustments. 4 Hoosier tires, a tank full of Turco fuel. Any adjustments in the next 10 minutes.
We're down here on pit road, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of action taking place. Changing some tires. Guys measure for stagger, making sure everything's better as these race cars prepare to go out for the second half of this race. A lot of work going on. These guys trying to make these race cars a little bit better than the first 100 laps. So a lot of work. You get a chance to see these crews do their thing. I tell you what, these guys can't drive these race cars to be successful without the guys you see down here on pit road, guys.
So, Larry, what's the most common adjustment that you're seeing being made down there?
Right now, except for the guys that's changing tires, some guys are not changing tires, but they are measuring the stagger on these tires, making sure everything's all right. If you watch down here, these guys got a measuring tape on these tires, and they're checking the tires, see how much the tire's grown, and see if they can make these cars handle a little bit better. There has been a lot of track bar, wedge bolt adjustment on these cars. Of course, the guys that are damaged the worst, doing some body work. Of course, down here, the 7 car, doing some valve cover adjustments on their race car. Maybe the
leads the field around. Lakeport, California's Derek Thorne out in front of the number 5 machine during the 2006 season, the North State Challenge.
With 100 laps in and 100 to go.
And he was also the winner here back in March during the Challenge Division season opener, the Waffle House 200 presented by Dollar General. Pace car on the pit road. Thorne out of 4. Green flag's out. We're racing.
100 laps to go. Derek Thorne on the break with 1 car length over Bobby Parsley. Jack Smith has cleared traffic. Here comes Eddie Hoffman.
And Hoffman's got a mirror full of Keaton Hanks, who's running in 5th spot, the number 90 machine. Hanks with a mirror full of the 16-year-old from Watkinsville, Georgia, John West Townley in the 09 car. The Zaxby's Real Chicken Ford Taurus, the only Taurus in the field this weekend.
Taurus getting ready to go away from racing, at least on the Cup side of things. Hoffman with a good look to the inside of the 28 of Smith.
Hoffman takes a peek on the inside of a couple of Ford Fusions battling for that 3rd and 4th spot. In front of him, another Ford Fusion, Bobby Parsley, your leader, but it's a Chevrolet Monte Carlo out in front. That is the number 5 of Derek Thorne.
Further back, Nick Neville losing some spots. Lost 1 to the 7 of Landon Castle. Getting ready to lose another one to the 29 of Brian Campbell.
Campbell to the inside of Nick Neville. That is for the 10th spot. Chad Wood back there as well, the number 2, the TDS Telecommunications Emerson Drive Ford Fusion.
Here comes Chad Wood as well, moving them back yet another spot. They're trying to get all that accomplished before they get up to the 5 of Wes Burton, the lap car.
And behind Wood is the number 12 of Jason Setzer, the Midwest 2 Mill Chevrolet Monte Carlo, finishing 2nd this season in the Northern Division point standings.
And look at the battle up front. Derek Thorne has been caught. Bobby Parsley right there behind him, just 1 car length.
That Kentucky Clutch Ford Fusion, Shepherdsville, Kentucky's Bobby Parsley looks to the inside of Derek Thorne for the top spot. Thorne trying to hold him off. Here comes Jack Smith and Eddie Hoffman as well.
Action all over the racetrack. Peter Cozzolino and Derek Neville going at it. Jason Setzer and Nick Neville going at it. Up front, 2 by 2, 2 rows back. Make that 3 rows back as Keaton Hanks and John West Townley going at it.
Come out turn 4 that last lap. Eddie Hoffman was all kinds of sideways, and at least a Thomas Salon Ford Fusion. But as you mentioned, Bobby Parsley now on the back bumper of Derek Thorne for the top spot.
And now it even looks like Jack Smith is starting to close in on the front twosome.
And there's a good battle raging for that 5th spot. The 17-year-old Keaton Hanks trying to hold off the 16-year-old John West Townley. That's for the 5th spot. Behind him, the 19-year-old out of Colleyville, Texas, Ryan Lawler in the 91 car.
It's all starting to come together now. Landon Castle has fought his way up through the pack and has managed to move up. Now he's to the inside of the lap car, the 36 of Chris Lawson. Once he clears them, he's got a clear shot up to the leaders.
5th place, 17 years old. 6th place, 16 years old. 7th place, 19 years old. 8th place, 17 years old.
And me, I just feel old.
right with you, buddy. Brian Campbell running in 9th spot. An old man at 27 in that number 29 machine.
I'm more along the lines of Eddie Hoffman, the 40 Brigade.
Derek Thorne, the 20-year-old from Lakeport, California, trying to hold off 23-year-old Bobby Parsley in the 121 car. Now Parsley to the inside of Thorne as they come on to turn number 4.
And it looks like Thorne does not have the magic that he had earlier in the show. Looks like the 3 cars behind him are faster.
Top 4 cars, nose to tail. The 5, Derek Thorne. 121, Bobby Parsley. 28, Jack Smith. The 8 of Eddie Hoffman.
Checking to see if the 5th and 6th place battle is closing in on the 1st through 4th. We'll check on that as time goes by. Ryan Lawler also closing in now on Townley. Great battle 1st through 4th.
California, Kentucky, Ohio, and Illinois, your top 4 cars. Behind them, you got Kentucky, Georgia, Texas, Iowa, Michigan, and Wisconsin. 10 different states in the top 10.
That's why they call it the All-American.
Oh, big trouble in turn number 3.
Castle.
Landon Castle in the Puma Sportswear Ford Fusion over in turn number 3. Caution flag out.
And he is out of the car.
The 17-year-old from Fairfax, Iowa, Landon Castle, one of our double duty drivers this weekend, already out of the car. Big wall of flame as he come out of turn number 3. Pace car driver Dennis Regents pulls on the pit road. Derek Thorne leads him out of turns 3 and 4. Chief starter Tim Gillett has the green flag in hand, and we are racing.
Trying to clear the lap cars. Bobby Parsley's going to make his way through. Here comes Jack Smith. Eddie Hoffman right behind.
Keaton Hanks behind him. He's got a mirror full of John West Townley in the 09. Who's got a mirror full of Ryan Lawler? Who's got a mirror full of Brian Campbell, the 29 car?
And you could go back further with Chad Wood, Setzer in the 12, Nick Neville, a whole host of cars back behind them.
And right behind Nick Neville's his older brother, Derek Neville, the 2006 Rookie of the Year in the Northern Division. Who's got a mirror full of the 89 car, Trevor Sanborn?
Having finally cleared most of the lap traffic, there goes Brian Campbell around Allison Quick. You've got almost all of the top 10 now past the lap traffic. Parsley once again starting to claw his way back up towards Derek Thorne.
Parsley not doing so well on some of the restarts. Thorne getting a good jump each and every time, but Parsley slowly but surely reeling him in that Kentucky clutch Ford Fusion out of Shepherdsville, Kentucky.
And he is there now. He is now within 1 car length and will be on his bumper as they head into the north end of the track, looking high.
Parsley looking to the high side, the number 5 of Derek Thorne. Parsley trying to build the momentum up in that second groove.
Parsley, Purvis, the names kind of go hand in hand. They love the high groove. You'll see Mark Day using that in the next race.
Bobby Parsley slowly but surely building that momentum on the high side. The 28 car of Jack Smith, the 8 of Eddie Hoffman catching up to the leaders as well. Battle going on for 5th continues. The 90 of Keaton Hanks, the 09 of John West Townley, as well as the 91 Ryan Lawler, 29 of Brian Campbell.
2 4-car packs separated by about 20 car lengths, and then another about 20 car lengths back to the rest of the field, which are all stacked up, about 18, 19 cars in that group.
Chad Wood having a heck of a time getting by the lap cars of the 54, Allison Quick, the 5 of Wes Burton. Now Wood to the inside, trying to get by the inside of Burton. Normally the lap cars are told to go to the inside, but that's not the case for Burton, apparently the number 5 car.
Wood looks like he's just run out of patience, finally trying to move to the inside. like he's trying to push his way past. And, boy, look at that battle up in front. That is really tightened up.
Top 4 cars nose to tail. Derek Thorne in the 5. Bobby Parsley in the 121. Jack Smith in the 28. Eddie Hoffman in the 8. Now Brian Campbell back in the field, taking a peek in the inside of Ryan Lawler for 7. Thinks better of it. Look at the battle continuing up front. Hoffman thought about going to the inside of Smith. Thought better of it. Now he tries to open the door back up, going to 1, coming out of 2.
That picture developed a second later, and it looked like they wanted to go 4 abreast down there through turn 4. Here he comes again.
They're 3 wide, coming out of 4. Everyone goes through okay. Smith to the inside of Parsley for 2nd.
Unbelievable. The Blue Angels would be proud of that one. Oh, my. Oh! Smith!
Jack Smith up in the turn 3 wall. Caution flag out.
Oh, you could see it coming. Oh, dear. Jack Smith coming out on the short end of the stick there.
Dennis Regents pulls on the pit road in the pace car. Derek Thorne leads him out of 4. Green flag is out. We are racing.
A much better restart this time by for Bobby Parsley, who's managed to clear the lap traffic almost immediately. He'd been having a problem with that the last couple of times, as we've noted, and he's got himself 2 car lengths over Eddie Hoffman right off the bat.
Hoffman safely by the lap cars, as is Keaton Hanks, gets by the number 54 of Allison Quick. John West Talley having a little bit of trouble in the 09 car. Top 3 cars now, nose to tail. The 5, Derek Thorne. 121, Bobby Parsley. The 8 of Eddie Hoffman. Parsley going back to the outside. A little sideways coming out of 4.
Parsley still trying to make that high groove work. Unfortunately, it does leave the door open for Eddie Hoffman down on the low side. But right now, that's where Parsley's car seems to be working the best.
Parsley trying to hold off the Lisa Thomas Salon Ford Fusion of Eddie Hoffman in the number 8 car. Parsley working the high side. Hoffman to the inside.
Inside of 50 laps to go. Hoffman with a good run to the inside of Parsley now as they go through the south end of the track.
Parsley and Hoffman side by side for 2nd spot. Derek Thorne continues to lead number 5, but now he's going to have to deal with ARP Bodies fast qualifier Eddie Hoffman in the number 8 car.
Hoffman smelling blood up in front of him. Derek Thorne, not the fastest car on the racetrack, and we've got one around, the number 36, Chris Lawson, in turn 4. Will it bring out a yellow? Yes, it does. And just as Hoffman had managed to go get blend line, though. I don't know if that's considered a violation in ASA, but that certainly did break the blend line. Green flag is out, and Thorne with a good start this time. Hoffman the one that was a little bit asleep at the switch.
Derek Thorne getting some great restarts coming out of turn 4. We thought maybe it was Bobby Parsley having some bad restarts. Turned out it's Derek Thorne's starts are just that good in that number 5 machine.
Hanks now has cleared the lap traffic. He's up in 4th. Parsley trying to close back in on the top twosome.
But Eddie Hoffman reeling him back into the number 8 machine as Derek Thorne continues to show the way. Hoffman right on the back bumper of Derek Thorne in the number 5 car. Bobby Parsley right there as well in the 121.
Great battle for 5th with John West Townley right there. Brian Campbell in his rearview mirror. Then Ryan Lawler in the 91. Chad Wood clearing lap traffic in the number 2. Here comes the battle for the lead.
Hoffman to the inside of Thorne for the lead as they come down the front stretch. Thorne with some good momentum on the high side. But Hoffman's made that inside groove work all afternoon long as they're side by side coming out 2.
Inside of 40 laps to go, and Hoffman has decided that it is time to make the move. Here comes Parsley closing in and trying to make it a 3-way battle.
Thorne, Hoffman, and Parsley battle for the top spot. in the ASA Late Model Series portion of the All-American 400 weekend. Keaton Hanks with the best seat in the house, running fourth in that U.S. Bank Chevrolet Monte Carlo.
And who knows, fourth place could end up being first at the way that things have gone so far in this show.
Eddie Hoffman looking high, looking low, trying to figure out a way around the Lakeport, California driver, Derek Thorne, the number 5 car. Bobby Parsley right there as well, that Kentucky Clutch Ford Fusion.
Here he comes again. A look to the inside for Hoffman. Can't pull it off. Parsley still running up there in the stratosphere.
Thorne, Hoffman, and Parsley, your top 3. Keaton Hanks right there as well. Now Hoffman to the inside one more time. Nothing doing. Thorne shuts the door.
Keeping an eye on the battle for 5th. Campbell all over John West Townley back there. They have rubbed bumpers more than once.
Eddie Hoffman trying to figure out a way around Derek Thorne of the number 5 car. He's got some time left, but not a whole lot of time. Brian Campbell to the inside of John West Townley for 5th. Here comes Ryan Lawler in the 91. Bobby Parsley right there as well, the 121, waiting for something to happen between the top 2 cars. Hoffman to the inside, one more time of Thorne. Side by side of turns 3 and 4. Thorne on the outside, Hoffman on the inside, Bobby Parsley trying to figure out where to go. Now Keaton Hanks trying to reel in the top 3 cars as well. Now Bobby Parsley right there behind your 2 leaders. Derek Thorne on the outside, Eddie Hoffman on the inside. Parsley trying to figure out which way to go. That number 121 car has Derek Thorne hanging on for dear life in that number 5 car.
30 laps to go, and Derek Thorne is once again solidly out in front. Hoffman not desperate yet. That'll be another 20 laps before he begins to get desperate. Holds on to 2nd. Parsley solidly in 3rd. And here comes Brian Campbell.
Brian Campbell looking to make it a 5-car battle. Keaton Hanks, we were just ready to talk about Keaton Hanks making it a 4-car battle. Brian Campbell's caught him as well, making it a 5-car battle.
And it could end up more before it's over with. John West Townley not that far behind. Ryan Lawler and Chad Wood as well. You could have 8 cars involved in the battle for the lead.
Running in 9th was number 12 of Jason Setzer. Riding around at the top 10 to 55 of Nick Neville. Now your top 2 cars pulling away ever so slightly. The 5 of Derek Thorne, the 8 of Eddie Hoffman.
That may have been just what Thorne needed, was a little bit up, and there he goes again.
Hoffman to the inside, one more time of Derek Thorne. Thorne trying to make that outside groove work, trying to hang on and fight off the pesky Wheaton, Illinois veteran.
Further back, Brian Campbell trying to get the move underneath Keaton Hanks. Where do you watch? There's so much going on.
Campbell trying to figure out a way around the Motorplex Rookie of the Year this season. Hoffman back to the inside of Derek Thorne one more time.
Hoffman doing a good job of diamonding the corners, getting a good angle off it. He may have done it this time.
Thorne working that outside groove to lead that lap one more time. Thorne's got some great momentum coming off of turn 2 and turn 4.
Oh, he's got him this time.
Gives the lead to Eddie Hoffman, the number 8 car. But Thorne not giving up on the outside. Look at the California kid go. Now that time it's going to be Eddie Hoffman, your leader.
Wow. Unbelievable racing up in front, and still it's not over with. We still got almost 25 laps to go.
Eddie Hoffman, your new leader now, the number 8. Derek Thorne shuffled back to 2nd. Bobby Parsley 3rd. Keaton Hanks 4th. Here comes Brian Campbell in the 29 car.
Hoffman trying to put a couple of car lengths of distance between himself and Thorne. Able to pull out just a little bit, not a whole lot. Definitely not comfortable, and there's still more than 20 laps remaining. But Thorne's going to have to deal with Parsley now. And here comes Campbell with a look to the inside of Keaton Hanks for fourth.
Great battle for fourth. Brian Campbell, the 29. Keaton Hanks in the 90. Give fourth spot to Brian Campbell, the 2005 Pat Bernal Memorial Rookie of the Year. Two-time feature winner this season in ASA Late Model Series competition, looking for a third. Here comes Parsley to the inside of Derek Thorne for second.
You know, one more caution flag, and we could have a whole new race here. Parsley now has moved to the inside of Thorne. He's going to take over that spot, I believe, as they head through the north end of the track.
Thorne once again trying to make that outside groove work, but Bobby Parsley to the inside. Thorne will stay in second at least for that lap. Here comes Brian Campbell to make it a three-car battle for that second spot.
Happy man on the racetrack right now, Eddie Hoffman, seeing that battle in his rearview mirror, knowing that every lap around that puts him a little bit further out in front.
Parsley and Thorne continue to battle. Now Brian Campbell right there as well, and Keaton Hanks catching back up to the second through fourth.
Lots of lap traffic up in front of Eddie Hoffman. Will there be time to catch it with 19 laps to go?
18 to go this time by for Eddie Hoffman. As time's running out for second through fifth, they want him to do anything with Hoffman. He's approaching a gaggle of lap traffic coming up soon.
Parsley and Campbell really going at it for the third spot. Keaton Hanks has closed right back in fifth. Here comes Townley and Lawler right behind them. Chad Wood all alone back there in the 8th spot.
All the while, Eddie Hoffman continues to lead the number 8. Derek Thorne trying desperately to hold off Bobby Parsley, who's trying to hold off Brian Campbell, the 29, as Campbell looks to the inside.
Campbell had a run there off of turn 2 like he was shot out of a cannon.
Trouble in turn number 1. Derek Neville off the pace. Your 2006 Northern Division Rookie of the Year. Caution flag will come out.
Oh, and that is not what Eddie Hoffman wanted to see at all. Career out here.
190 in, 10 laps to go. Pace car will pull onto pit road. Eddie Hoffman to lead him on the turns 3 and 4. Chief starter Tim Gilliland has the green flag in hand, and we are racing.
Good start by Derek Thorne.
Oh, Ryan and John West Townley getting together over in turn 1. Trevor Sanborn nowhere to go. Caution flag out. There's another contender for the Hard Charger Award as well in Haslai.
Yeah, he's going to pick up a couple more spots if he's going to beat Cozzolino for that honor. As the pace car pulls off and we're ready to go green.
Hoffman leads them out of 4. Good with the green flag in hand. We are racing.
Be interesting to see what the little downtime there might have on the effect of the tires. Thorne not letting Hoffman get away just yet.
Top 5 cars running nose to tail. Eddie Hoffman in the 8th. Derek Thorne in the 5. Bobby Parsley in the 121. Brian Campbell the 29. Keaton Hanks in the 90.
Parsley looking for a way down low around Thorne, couldn't get it, and dropping low.
Back in the field, Nathan Haslai and Peter Cozzolino both getting by Devin Hall. They're now 9th and 10th.
Thorne there just shocked me there for a moment, dropped very low down on the back straightaway. Not sure if he was trying to put a block on Parsley or what, but Hoffman has really pulled away out in front now.
Now Parsley taking a peek on the inside of Derek Thorne. That's for the second spot. Brian Campbell trying to figure out a way around both those 2 cars as time is running out. As Eddie Hoffman pulling away in that Lisa Thomas Salon Ford Fusion.
Here comes Brian Campbell. Great run. Got stopped by Bobby Parsley as they came down the back straightaway. Still looking high in that 29. Boy, Cozzolino with a great run to the inside of Haslai.
Peter Cozzolino now looking to the inside of Nathan Haslai. That's for the 9th spot. Haslai shuffled back to 10th. Parsley looking on Thorne. This time by 5 laps to go for fast Eddie Hoffman.
Parsley still looking for a way around Thorne, obviously with a faster car. Campbell, I think, is faster than both of those cars, but can't figure out a way to get by either one of them.
In the meantime, Eddie Hoffman loves what he sees in his mirror. Parsley and Thorne battling for second, allowing him to pull away. Back in the field, Devin Hall around the outside of Nathan Hasley for 10th.
And when was the last time you saw that happen? Anybody passing Hasley on the outside.
And especially a 17-year-old from Leesburg, Georgia, Devin Hall. The Hall Electric Chevrolet Monte Carlo.
Brian Campbell had a look to the inside of Bobby Parsley, couldn't make it work. He's really getting a good pull off a turn, too.
This time by 198 in, 2 laps to go. The next time by, Eddie Hoffman will see the white flag from Chief Starter Derek Thorne. Hoffman looking to add his name to the list of All-American 400 weekend winners.
And another guitar to match the one that he won here this spring.
That is correct. Hoffman leads him out of 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Eddie Hoffman.
Into turn 1 all by himself, and then the wad of 4 cars led by Derek Thorne, Bobby Parsley, Brian Campbell, and the 90 of Keaton Hanks.
But into turn number 3 out of turn number 4, your winner of the ASA Late Model Series portion of the All-American is going to be Eddie Hoffman. Derek Thorne second, Bobby Parsley third, Brian Campbell fourth, Keaton Hanks fifth, Chad Wood sixth, Jason Setzer 7th, Nick Neville 8th, Peter Cozzolino 9th, and Devin Hall rounds out the top 10. Avenue, TK Racing Ford Fusion, driven by fast Eddie Hoffman. Eddie, awesome job out there. You started the weekend off winning the ARP Bodies Fast Qualifier Award, and now you picked up your second guitar of the season. Congratulations.
Yeah, we love Nashville. You know, it's just an awesome track, and for some reason we run well here. We had a real good car. You know, I thought it was actually going to be a tad better in the race. We had to really work for it and hated for the deal with Jack on the back. Just once he went down and opened up that outside, we had to stick her out there, and I did, because that was really the preferred line, was the outside. He couldn't get by Bobby, and I couldn't get to the brake pedal fast enough, so just, you know, one of the bad deals. Hate to get wrecked cars. And, you know, racing the 5 car, he did a good job. He gave me that bottom 2, but I was able to, you know, I had to slide it in there a couple times, and he did a real good job.
Oh, Eddie, you've won a lot of impressive races over your stellar career. What is this rate up there?
Oh, this is right up there. Nashville always is. You know, we're at the big track, and we're at this track with a couple, and anytime they, you know, they flirt that guitar in front of you, that just, you know, there's nothing better than that. That's what everybody goes for, the guitar and Nashville. This is a racetrack's racetrack. You know, they can't all be great. They can't all be the same, and this is, you know, about the perfect racetrack.
Now, Eddie, what are you going to do with 2 guitars?
Well, I've only got one. The car owner's got the other one, and I think the crew's going to have to fight for this one.
All right, Eddie, great job. Congratulations. You're winner of the ASA Late Model Series Porsche All-American 400 Weekend. Fast Eddie Hoffman.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, to present Eddie, I know this is a trophy that everybody wants in racing. Of course, here at Music City Motorplex, this trophy brought to us by Barry Clapp, and Tim Tessier, account manager from Konica Minolta, is going to present you with this beautiful trophy, this guitar today.
Thank you, Konica Minolta. It's a great trophy, great award. We appreciate the sponsorship, and they did a heck of a paint job on this one. I might have to trade one of them other ones.
Can you play it?
No, but my kid can play it, so he's been having fun on it.
Man, congratulations to you. I know you run a great race, and of course, you got another one to go. What's your chances, Eddie?
Well, maybe not as good as this one, but we've got a chance. Once you strap in and you go, you know, you never know what you've got, and you can't say I'm not warmed up.
Ladies and gentlemen, a nice round of applause for our winner today, ASA 200 Lamper, Eddie Hoffman.
Golden Gate Meat Company, Quality Packaging, 5K Motorsports, Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Big hand for Lakeport, California's Derek Thorne. Derek, first of all, you win the award for the longest traveling of the weekend. Just a great job out there. Congratulations. Tell us about the run.
Well, I knew we had a good car after we got up to first place there. I knew Eddie or a lot of the veterans behind me were saving their stuff. I just tried to get out front and lead as many laps as I could and hope for the best. And Eddie got in front of me, and you saw what happened. But I just want to thank my sponsors, 5K Motorsports especially, Ken Wills and Eric Peterson for putting together a great car, the entire crew, Golden Gate Meat Company, my parents, my girlfriend, and all you guys for coming out here and supporting us. I really appreciate it. It's glad to be in Nashville and glad to see you all here.
Great job. Congratulations. Derek Thorne, second in the All-American 200 ASA Late Model Series Porsche. Let's talk to our third-place driver, the Kentucky Clutch Ford Fusion, Shepherdsville, Kentucky's Bobby Parsley in the 121. Bobby, great job out there tonight. You were working hard for that third place.
Yeah, we was, I don't know, we needed a little more gear or something. We was pretty good, but just couldn't, we could get up beside them. We just couldn't pull them down the straightaway, you know. So I don't know. I don't understand this little crate motor stuff. It ain't very good for me. But I don't know. I don't see how two motors can't pull the same like that. We'll try again. We probably missed it some.
All right, Bobby, great job. Third place finish. Now we got to get you going. We got a couple pictures for you to take. Then we'll let you go off the CRA Super Series event. Next one, we're coming up, the fourth place finisher. Fourth place finisher in the Boyne Machine, Port City Race Car, Chevrolet Monte Carlo, Brian Campbell. Hard charger tonight from 16th all the way up to 4th.
Yeah, we had a pretty good car. I was talking to Speed 51 there, and we had a bad miss right as we drove up underneath Bobby Parsley. This miss we've been fighting all weekend long came back, and we changed everything on this car. We can't find it, and we don't know what it is. And I'll be damned if about 175 laps into it came back, and I'm telling you, that's the reason why we didn't win this race, because of that right there.
Well, Brian, 2 appearances here in Nashville, 2 second and the 4th, so congratulations.
Yeah, this is a fun place. This is an awesome racetrack, man. I can't wait to come back.
Brian Campbell, 4th place finish this afternoon. Let's talk to our 5th place finisher, 2006 Rookie of the Year here at the Music City Motorplex, Mr. Keaton Hanks. Keaton, good to see you again, buddy. Great job this afternoon.
Yeah, you had to be tickled with the top 5, but gosh, I'd love to be up there. I was really counting on it. I thought we had a lot better car than what we did for the race, but the top 5, you can't be mad about that.
Oh, that is for sure. Keaton, you got some people we want to thank, so quickly go right ahead.
I'd like to thank U.S. Bank, Total Performance Racing Products, and I'd like to thank everybody there over on the wall. My crew chief, Chuck Moore, is just an awesome effort.
All right, Keaton, great job. 5th place in the All-American 200.